Israel targets the messenger. This is what it has been doing for decades now. But now you see, Israel, it's paradoxical. Israel has killed 20,000 people, 70% of whom are women and children. Israel has devastated Gaza. Israel has destroyed Gaza. And we are still blaming the UN. I still wonder how the international community gives credit to Israel and how international media still give credit to what Israeli leaders, political and military leaders, say. Israel should be held accountable for what it does.
So let's unpick this now very slowly. Let's start with the no visas for UN staff. Can Israel do this legally?
No. This is something that my predecessor's predecessor, and his predecessors have gone through for 17 years now. Israel abuses of its powers as an occupying power in Gaza, in the West Bank, and East Jerusalem, because Israel doesn't have sovereignty over these territories. So as long as it remains the de facto occupying power, it should abide by international law and its UN obligations. It cannot retaliate against anyone according to its own interpretation of UN rules, which is what it does.
So we have now, let's move on to the indiscriminate bombing of medical facilities. Is that in compliance with international law? Adding to this, arresting and detaining medical workers, laying siege to medical facilities, cutting off power and refusing medical aid to reach hospitals and clinics. These are the facts, as we've seen during this so-called self-proclaimed Israeli war on Gaza. So I ask you, has Israel done enough to keep Palestinian civilians safe?
No, no, and no. Israel has not done anything to keep civilians safe. Let me give you 3 examples. First of all, Israel has used ammunitions that are meant to create huge destruction. Even the Washington Post and the New York Times have given a sense, have produced investigative reports saying that Israel has used over 80 days the level of ammunitions that are equal to 2 and more than 2 nuclear bombs in the Gaza Strip, which, let's remind, is 360 square meters inhabited by over 2 million people. Second, Israel has been targeting hospitals which are sacred under international humanitarian law. And again, the health system is devastated, which is not just critical in itself, it's critical in order to provide the support to people who are injured at the time of war. And third, Israel has arrested and detained medical personnel, doctors, nurses, abusing them and even torturing them. How can this be explained? This is why special rapporteurs have denounced through and through the risk of genocide, and the health system speaks clearly to the intent to destroy the Palestinian people in Gaza.